ですので声を出していただいて皆さんと一緒にやっていきたいと思います。言葉とっても簡単です。アイス、ライツ、アクションって今まで言ってました。なんですが今回は愛知、名古屋、アクション、そして10、9、8という形でやっていきたいんですけど、名古屋市長どうでしょう。広沢さん、こういうの盛り上がると思うんですけど。
いやいやいや、盛り上がりますよね。
盛り上がりますよね。
みんなで声を合わせて、
みんなで一緒、大事ですね。
大事です。
はい、わかりました。そしたら皆さん声出せますか。出せそうな人手を挙げてください。イエーイ。オッケー。じゃあ出せそうな人拍手してください。ああ、声出せそうじゃないですか。すごいね、本当にすごい。なんか人満員ですね。
はい、
たくさん入ってますよ。とってもこの日を楽しみにしていた人、改めて拍手をください。これすごいですよ、この熱量です。じゃあそれではちょっと練習をしてみたいと思います。カウントダウンの練習です。私が英語で言ってそれで最後愛知、名古屋、アクション。でもちょっと分かりづらいのでせーのって言います。でせーのって言ったら皆さん何て言うか分かりますか。
愛知、名古屋、アクション。
はい、そうです。皆さんも覚えましたね。愛知、名古屋、アクションでいきたいと思います。その前に Are you ready for the skaters? Let's start the countdown. せーのって言います。じゃあ一旦やってみましょう。いいですか。じゃあそれではいきましょう。 Are you ready for the skaters? Let's start the countdown. せーの。
愛知、名古屋、
アクション。
はい、素晴らしい。いい感じです。皆さんと一緒にリハーサルできるのとっても大事です。ただちょっとグダッとしてしまったのでもっと皆さん元気よく覇気よく愛知、名古屋、アクションでいきたいと思います。もう一回やりますよ。
もう一回練習。
せーのに合わせてやってみましょう。いきます。 Are you ready for the skaters? Let's start the countdown. せーの。愛知、名古屋、アクション。
いいですね。
なるほど。
声出てましたね。県知事どうですか。愛知の人声でかいですね。
いやいや、これ全国から来てるんです。
あ、そうかそうかそうか。愛知からだけじゃないですもんね。
全国から来ていた
たくさんの人が集まってくれましたが、元気いっぱいでお送りしていきたいです。ぜひですね、こんな形でやっていきますよ。しかし今日は、たくさんの見どころがありました。お二人はスケートは見られますか。
見てます。昨日も一昨日も本当にテレビでしたけど、楽しく見させてもらいました。素晴らしかった。
素晴らしかった。
素晴らしかった。
いや、美しいですよね。はい、市長もご覧になりましたか。
私も子供の頃スケートを習ってましたんで。
あ、そうですか。
はい、大須のスケートリンクで習ってましたよ。
ああ、そうなんですか。
ちゃんとね、
はい。
フォアクロスとバッククロスぐらいまではやりましたよ。
すごい。これはどうですか、本田さん、すごいですか。
すごいですよ。
そうですか。
はい。
ありがとう。
Welcome everyone to Japan in the city of Nagoya in the IG Arena. It is the final day of the Grand Prix event here, the final day of competition. Up next will be the senior men's event. I'm Ted Barton along with Mark Hanratty, and we are about to see the free program in the men's event. And that's going to be thrilling as we take a look at the Nagoya Castle here. What a wonderful city, what wonderful hosting they have provided for this event here, Mark.
Yes, truly remarkable, and the real jewel in the crown of this event will be the singles competitions coming up. Not because of the skating necessarily, because all of the disciplines have been sensational, but the skating in the singles event is most appreciated in this nation, because this is a country that has produced some of the greatest legends of our sport, and thus the fans have come out to fill the IG arena in anticipation of further glory being attained by Japanese skaters.
Well, the men's event will be the second to final event here in the Grand Prix final. And let's take a look, Mark, at some of the results that we have so far. Yuma Kagiyama was simply brilliant in the short program. He is in the lead at 108.77. Bit of surprise, we sort of thought or anticipated Ilia Malinin of the United States would be in the lead. He is not. In fact, he is 14 points behind the lead of Yuma Kagiyama. Yuma's program, free program, is brilliant, but it's demanding.
Yes, and we wait to see whether or not the quad god, the world champion Ilia Malinin, will be able to close that gap. He certainly has the greatest base value. The quadruple jump content that he has showcased in the past could well be enough to still move up from third place. However, this arena of Japanese fans wants to see what Yuzuru Hanyu did back in 2013 when he won the Grand Prix final in front of a home nation. And there have only been 5 previous wins in the men's event at Grand Prix final in front of a home crowd. And the Japanese audience would love nothing more than to see that happen again. And it could happen from Yuma Kagiyama or Shun Sato, who was also quite brilliant in the short program. And he has the difficulty with a quadruple lotus to make it a possibility should mistakes happen from those around him as well.
As we take a look at the start order for this event, but one of the wild cards here perhaps is Yuma Kagiyama having to skate last. The pressure will be on. Ilia Malinin will have already laid down whatever score he will do. Shun Sato will be next, and then Yuma will follow up at the end. So desperately wanting to take that medal, that pressure's added, and that could be, you know, the wild card.
It could indeed be a factor as to how things unfold, and the added pressure and responsibility of an ever-looming Olympic Games will undoubtedly play into the preparation and the ability for the men to be consistent. The men's event, notoriously the one most prone to vulnerability of performance, but we wish them the most sincere of good luck.
Yeah, their vulnerability, because of the degree of difficulty of the elements they perform. They're wonderful skaters, highly skilled, but the risk level is at the highest level.
Yes, and as we see the Japanese drumming, preparing to see the 6 skaters take to the ice, we wonder the quad content that we will see. How many quads? Certainly Mikhail Shaidorov from Kazakhstan, capable of multiple quadruple jumps, but he struggled this season and in the short program, hoping to return to form in his free skate.
A bit of a tough goal so far, but he may perform brilliant here tonight in the free program as we take a look at Siao Him Fa from France. Spectacular skating skills. The step sequence in his programs are always brilliant. And representing Italy, Grassl. And representing the United States of America, the current world champion, Ilia Malinin. Walking with confidence.
Yeah, the swagger on point.
And calm at the moment. And from Japan, Shun Sato. And the leader after the short program, the brilliant Yuma Kagiyama.
Great to see Yuma Kagiyama looking so relaxed and happy, and that's something that he's been vocal about this season, is that he is skating for joy and happiness, and he seems not using the quadruple flip, not perhaps challenging himself as much technically, wanting to create work and material that he is proud of, both as a skater and as an artist as well. And interestingly, in this field of 6 men, 3 of them have been taught by their fathers. Mikhail Shaidorov on screen now from Kazakhstan, now working with Alexei Urmanov, the 1994 Olympic champion, but so much of his skating education came from that of his dad, Stanislav Shaidorov, and Mikhail very aware that his success in the world of competitive men's figure skating, thanks to his dad, and that, and fascinatingly a recurring theme on the stage of men's figure skaters, with Ilia Malinin and Yuma Kagiyama following suit with parental input.
Representing Kazakhstan, Mikhail Shaidorov.
And there, the Frenchman, Adam Siao Him Fa, medals won earlier today by French skaters in the ice dance competition. He hoping to come back to the form that saw him cross the 300-point total marker that he has done in the past, only where he was the 6th man to have achieved that. And a couple of seasons ago, Adam looked to be coming in close contention with Ilia Malinin. He's been injured since then, but wants to resume the form that saw him become a contender potentially for the title. Daniel Grassl qualifying for the Grand Prix final with only 20 points, but despite being the lowest ranked of the competitors at the start of this event, he, surprisingly to some extent, is only 0.05 of a point behind Ilia Malinin after the short program. He justifying his participation here significantly so, with a big score of 94 points in the short program. There is the self-proclaimed quad god.
And the question that I have for Ilia Malinin is, has he ever been in this position 4th after the short program?
Well, earlier today I was watching videos of Ilia Malinin as a young man in his first US National Novice Championships, and it was so gobsmacking there to see a skater that at that time was falling over on elementary double jumps, and we just come to assume now, having seen him be so successful for so many seasons, that he is infallible. But that was not the case in the short program, and it remains to be seen now whether or not Ilia will do something that is so unconventionally Ilia and play safe to move up in the rankings.
There is Shun Sato, currently in 2nd.
And that would be one step higher than his achievement 12 months ago in France at the Grand Prix final last season. He's showcasing probably the most consistency of all men thus far this season throughout the Grand Prix series, based now on what happened for Ilia Malinin in the short program, and Shun Sato desperate not just for a medal at the Grand Prix final, but to amass more scores that make it impossible for the Japanese Skating Federation not to include him on the Olympic team.
And the final skater in this event will be Yuma Kagiyama. Now, there is a story about his music. Mark, tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, it's just an amazing collaboration that has come forth for this program. He's skating to the music Turandot, and it marks the 100th anniversary of this opera since its debut premiere at La Scala. And there was a new creation by Christopher Tin last year, and Yuma's choreographer Laurie Nickel, who's just a master craftsman in the field of choreography, considered then using that piece. Carolina Kostner then, having shared the news with Laurie, elected to reach out directly to the conductor Christopher Tin, and that sparked the creation of a piece specifically for Yuma. And then on the back of that, his own creation was born.
And I spoke to Laurie Nick a little earlier today, and she told me one of the great honors in her life, and think of how much she's had in her life, was to work, to be in the studio, listen to the orchestra and watch the maestro and watch the artists at work, and to feel part of another artist's world, all working together for one cause, and that's Yuma Kagiyama and the Olympic program.
And they're the leader of this event. He and the choreography team and the coaches are so inspired by the fact that they have had their own piece of recording created at the renowned Abbey Road Studios in London with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and the English National Opera Chorus. So there's an amazing story behind the creativity that will conclude this competition. But Yuma needs the quad jumps to stay ahead.
Needs to skate clean.
And whilst it's surprising to see the world champion Ilia Malinin be fallible and finding himself in third place, he has such a high base value technically. The quad axel, and he has a 7 quad layout planned. It's scarce to comprehend the difficulty of the intentions of Ilia Malinin.
But on this night, he'll need everything. Sometimes, or many times, if not most times, he's in the lead already. But now he'll have to climb. Our first skater represents Kazakhstan, Mikhail Shaidorov.
And Mikhail, this season, using music he has wanted to perform to for 5 years. He saw a video of this singer Dinesh performing, and it gave him goosebumps. He saved it for this season, connected to the Kazakh singer as he skates to Confessa and the Diva Dance by Dimash. Shaidorov has showcased incredible jump combinations in the past. He opens up hopefully with triple axel Euler quad salcho. And it's a triple at the end of the combination on this occasion. But just wondrous quad loops. Stepping out of the quadruple toe loop. Manages the quad toe, triple toe.
Well, Mikhail Shaidorov of Kazakhstan, 3 quads in the program, a little hot and cold throughout that program. A couple of mistakes here and there, Mark.
Based on the way that practices have been going for Mikhail, this a pretty positive outcome in Nagoya, and a sense that the support of the audience helped to drive Mikhail forward. He has been struggling to find a consistency, and thus I think that the reason behind the relatively watered down choreography. He seems to just be desperate to showcase what is necessary from a technical element score perspective, because the program itself is simpler than he is certainly capable of, and that of his choreographer's intention.
Yeah, and I think in the beginning here, his program is more technically weighted, that's for sure. Not easy music to skate to and get totally connected to, perhaps from a rhythm and step perspective, yes, but emotional perspective, no.
And I think that only serves to confirm the fact that he is somewhat disconnected from the piece. He loves this music. It's a Kazakh singer that he's wanted to skate to for years, but I think until Mikhail can get back on track with consistency with the jumps, then he won't be able to release the emotion that he can. Here, though, just a superb quadruple lutz, just divine, really. You know, the top quality. The first of the 2 quadruple jumps, though, incurred an outcome that we have seen a lot of this week, stepping out. And there, a little bit of an insight into the passion and interpretation that he's capable of. But the judges have to consider the program as a whole. As we look back to the more successful of the 2 quad jumps, the second combined as was necessary with triple toe.
And you can see how easy it is for him when you're right on the timing of the takeoff.
Well, what's interesting for Mikhail is that he has a really good quality of technique. His technique is very good, and it's somewhat surprising that he has struggled a little bit technically, but hopefully this and the 3 quads here give him a little bit more self-belief moving into the championship events.
Well, season's best was 187. He'll fall quite short of that with a 170.89. He's the first skater out. Really, for Mikhail, it's just about getting back on track. 242.19 total competition score. And getting his confidence back. You can see technically he's got wonderful technique. He flies across the ice, but he's just a little bit inconsistent at this stage of the season. Our next competitor represents France, Siao Him Fa.
Well, we've just referenced a lack of connection to music. This skater, Siao Him Fa, is utterly committed to the composition, the presentation, and this, significantly, music, the creation of Adam. Adam's most difficult jumping pass planned first, quadruple lutz. And one of the best that he has done this week. Adam on point with the quadruple toe loop. Another quad toe loop in combination with a double. This is just magical for Adam. Quad salto Euler, triple salto. there, the creation of Adam, part of the costume. First mistake on the triple axel. Tried to salvage the landing of that triple axel with another double axel, but ended up a waltz jump.
From France, Siao Him Fa. What a opening. 4 quads, then lost on the triple axel, shoves that takeoff, gets his body off axis. You'll see that in the replays. That was his only problem. The triplets as well with the hand down. So the second half had the problems. The first half was brilliant.
Yes, the first half of this free skate for Adam was some of the best jumping passes that I've seen him do this week, and looked on target for a massive ascending in the standings. It will be interesting to see how things unfold now, and whether or not the second half of this free skate will prevent him from clawing back to a medal position.
You know, you see brilliance, moments of brilliance from this young man, and then you see some of the mistakes. But when he skates this whole program clean, without any technical mistakes, he really advances himself, obviously in the score and right up into the standings, because he's unique and he's innovative and he's brilliant technically as well. It can be.
Well, from a conception, or concept, the idea, the creation of Adam is, you know, statement for the creation of Adam by Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel, and that's the kind of artist that he and his team want him to showcase. Quad loops looking easier than it has done all week, as too was this quadruple salto. Such elevation and length throughout the 3 jumps in the sequence there. Now, it's almost like possessed and a little bit wild and demonic looking, but that's perhaps what is absolutely necessary if you're inhabiting the Michelangelo genius. And that, you know, it's so unique the way in which Adam and the team emit performance value. And I massively respect the boldness and the bravery of the choreography. It's different.
It is. It's got a story, and it's got an internal story. External from what we know, he's trying to portray, but also internal from the feeling in which he uses. And I love the fact that they're always trying to break new ground. They're always trying to create something unique and different. And for him, let's take a look at the score. He has a 196.08, season's best score. And this is going to draw short on that with those mistakes in the second half of the program for sure. but the program is there. The skater is very capable. He could be a threat at the Winter Olympic Games. 180.15, that is first in the Prix program. The total competition score of 258.64. At least for the moment, he'll take the lead.
He's currently in first place.
Well, from the creation of Adam to a piece inspired by the story of the election of the new Pope, Eduardo de Bernardi, the coach there, explaining the concept behind this next free skate is something very discussed and topical. And they said very much in Italy. Eduardo described how big religion is in Italy and that they wanted something connected to their culture in this, the Olympic season, with the home Olympics upcoming.
Skate the free program to Conclave.
The Pope is dead.
Daniel also opens with quadruple loops. Backed up with an amazing running edge out of the quad loop. Daniel's success continues with a quad salto. Really carrying lots of flow out of the jump landings.
Well, this might be the best Danielle has delivered this program of Conclave in competition.
Absolutely, and from the previous performance inspired by Michelangelo's work in the Sistine Chapel to this, the Vatican City, is a unique back-to-back performances from a Frenchman to this Italian. But Daniel Grassl has laid down the skate of his life. No reviews on any of the quadruple jumps, which has previously been an issue for a skater who has suffered with under-rotated elements. This is going to be a huge score.
As we have seen in the past, when he fatigues slightly, the legs in the air get a little bit loose and he under-rotates the jump. He was so efficient on every single jump. He used the speed and momentum to launch himself into the air and carry himself across the ice and gently land back onto the ice. It was really a spectacular performance by Daniel Grassl.
And the running edges and all the landings that were deemed fully rotated, it forces the hand of the judges to give good grades of execution. Takeoff isn't the cleanest, and there you see a little bit of a leg wrap, perhaps maybe a little fortunate not to get a Q mark. As we look at the loop, again, but so much running edge, good extension. As we look to the Salco, in which, again, there looked to be no debate or hesitation from Daniel. And where other men, as we see, what I presume being the point where the Pope is elected in the program, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, the Sistine Chapel with Adam, with a costume change and the creation of Adam, to the election of a Pope and a costume change to Daniel.
Lots of storytelling.
The men are going for it this year in the Olympic year.
Well, 179.01 is his season's best. 187.43 his personal all-time best. But on this night, this score, 194.72, and look at the reaction. That is first to the free with a total competition score of 288.72. This is a lifetime best skate and score by Daniel Grassl of Italy.
That's a massive 10-point PB overall. And he's waited since the last Olympics to get a score like that.
And Olympics at home.
Ilia Malinin.
Our next skater represents the United States of America. The current world champion finds himself in the unusual position of fourth, Ilia Malinin.
And there, a moment of calm for an enigmatic skater, both on and off the ice.
The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The lost is in the unknown. Embrace the storm.
Ilia's own voice, the soundtrack to the start of 7 planned quad jumps. Easy on the quad flip to start. Just mind-boggling quad axel.
You are something but not nothing.
Just missing that cluster of turns.
Past is not a chain, but a thread. Pull it, and it may lead you home. Begin where light no longer reaches, where no path has yet been made.
Just a crazy combo. Quad loops or the triple flip.
Well, I think we have witnessed something that has never happened in the history of our sport. 7 quad jumps. Clean program. Just a spin under review. The rest is clean.
Just utterly incredible. Ilia Malinin from the United States of America. He broke the world record this season. He's about to smash it. And his father, he actually, interesting, he's acknowledging a little mistake in the step sequence.
True wisdom
He's just
is in knowing you
delivered
know
something that will
nothing.
make history, and yet he's immediately acknowledging the only tiny mistake. This, the opening quad flip,
The loss
indication not just of the value of the quadruple jump, but
is
the
in the
quality
unknown.
boost that he delivers. Quad axel made to look effortless. A chance to review it from a different angle, and it continues to tick all of the boxes of quality jumping
embrace the storm.
in what is something nobody else can do like he does. This, the quad lutz, Euler, triple flip, that potentially one of the highest marking elements ever with 23.63 points. So many aspects of the last 4 minutes to celebrate. And if there was ever a way in which to answer any critics doubting him after a 3rd place short program, that's the way to do it. And he is deserving of that celebration whilst the music's still playing.
And Mark, he is not only a skating star, he is really a sports star, a global sports star with what he has delivered here tonight. It is extraordinary and may not be seen again. It's that difficult.
Well, oh.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Daniel Grassl doing what we all
Yeah.
should do, and Ilia
Absolutely.
showcasing sportsmanship back.
The man from the conclave.
Yeah, the Pope's giving him. The Pope's bowing down to Ilia Malinin. What does that say? He's the quad god, and there's the Pope.
The score now at 228.97 is his.
Oh my gosh.
All-time best. 228.97.
And that's a world record.
But on this day, it's 238.24. An unseen score. 2.29. Incredible.
And just for a reference, that score in the free skate is almost more than a combined score short in free skate by a skater in this event, and this is a premier event.
And we wondered, could he make up the 16-point difference for Yuma Kagiyama? And now Yuma will have to skate last, knowing that score has been posted. Wow, the pressures on this young man from Japan. What a moment for him, Shun Sato.
And Shun Sato has his own objectives and his own mission statement. The arena has just been rocked by Ilia Malinin. He's in front of a home crowd, but all of that energy can't detract him from his own objectives to medal again in the Grand Prix final.
Skating to the Firebird.
Quad looks to open for Shun Sato. And a floatingly easy triple axel Euler, triple salto. Quad toe, triple toe, delivered with ease. There's 2 more triples to go for Shun Sato. That the loop. And that the triple loops.
What a night here in Nagoya, Mark.
Well, it could have been so hard to follow the genius of Ilia Malinin. It would be so easy for it to have deflated after the brilliance we saw just moments ago, but Shun Sato, in front of an adoring home crowd, has just delivered his very own personal best, taking all the excitement that is here in the IG arena from Ilia's performance and harnessing it and utilising it to deliver his own sensational Firebird free skate.
It is a remarkable night of skating here in Nagoya in the men's event, with one more to come.
Here the quadlutes to open the program from Shun. And then he backed that up with this over 16.5 point jump combo of a quad toe, triple toe. And he just continued to deliver and deliver. Now he has beaten in the free skate Yuma Kagiyama already this season. And that in itself will be hard to beat. It won't come close to Ilia, but it's made his coach, Tadao Kusaka, who's been so entertaining in his reactions, overjoyed. And actually, more display of joy from Shun Sato. He's been reserved in his acknowledgement of his own excellent skates this season, but allowed himself to let rip there.
Well, 189.04 is his, as Ilia, 2 thumbs up for Shun. 189.04, his season's best, and this score is a 194.02, season's best, third of the free program, with a total competition score of 292.08. That'll put him currently in the second place with 1 skater to come.
Go on, Tadao Kusaka, give us the reactions that we love to see.
It's as if he skated it himself.
Oh, he certainly, I'm sure, lived through it.
In the moment, the noise quiets here in Nagoya for the final skater, the leader after the short program, Yuma Kagiyama.
We have seen genius levels of technical excellence in this event. Yuma Kagiyama from Japan has the potential to give us artistic genius. A sublime quadruple salto to open the program. A double toe at the end of the quad toe. Such class in his jumping. Triple axel, Euler, triple salto. wants and needs to keep the momentum going in the second half of the program. Quad toe plan now. And delivered. Triple flip, double loop. Japan's Yuma Kagiyama giving most likely his best Prix skate of the season thus far. You could see his reaction to the skate, a little nod of the head to suggest wonderful, but not the perfection that he was quite hoping for.
I cannot imagine what was going through his mind when he heard the scores of Ilia Malinin and Shun Sato, and he stood on the ice saying, now what can I do? It's a beautiful, magnificent program with an excellent athlete. On this night, the small mistakes were costly, but yet there's greater days yet to come.
And no glaring visible errors, so thus the judges on the program component scores can rocket up high into the 9s out of 10. As his father welcomes him off the ice, and there Karolina Kostner, she is a former world champion, is the personification of class on the ice, and she's helping to showcase that in this man too. The quad salcho that he does is the best quality jumping technique. It's just so textbook. As to this quad toe, a little pitch forward there, and thus only doing a double toe. Probably sensible, although that lessens the base value. Rather that than incur a major mistake. This was so skippingly light, the triple axel Euler triple salcho. And unlike a Finlandia trophy, he managed the second quad, but you can see starting to get a little tighter there, and that paved the way for a triple axel error. But this is just so beautiful. His movement's beautiful. It's beautiful movement with beautiful music, and all the stars are getting close to aligning for Yuma Kagiyama as he advances towards the games.
And you could see him at the end just tilt his head. He said, okay, not perfect, but not bad on maybe one of the great nights in figure skating history, what we have witnessed here in Nagoya. The pre-program scores for Yuma, 193.64. It is a season best, but that is fourth in the pre-program with a total competition score of 302.41. And in most cases, that would win.
Yeah, it's very rare for a total over 300 points not to become a champion, but tonight with the brilliant madness of what Ilia Malinin has done, it can't come close.
And listen to the crowd as they announce Ilia Malinin as the champion here, as he defeats the hometown skater. What a wonderful crowd here in Nagoya. With such respect for all of these athletes. Wow.
I can't hear what's being said, but it looks very much like Ilia Malinin is expressing his appreciation for Yuma. And earlier this season, when they came up against each other at the Lombardia Trophy in Bergamo, Ilia was quite vocal about his appreciation for the gorgeousness of the Turandot free skate of Yuma.
And there is a look at the final standings in the men's event here. Ilia Malinin with maybe one of the great skates in men's figure skating history.
The world record's broken. I mean, it's brain bamboozling what he does.
It is. Yuma Kagiyama of Japan in second, Shun Sato of Japan in third, in a wonderful night of skating. But more to come, Mark. We have the women's free program coming up in just a little bit. Quickly, before we have the replays, Willison will step aside here as Ilia speaks to the crowd.
Ilia Malinin, congratulations! So that was such another level of your performance. How you feel right now? 素晴らしい演技で見事優勝でした。お気持ちを聞かせてください。
めっちゃ疲れた。Overall, it was pretty good. I feel so happy that I was able to fight through every single element. It was such a struggle, but with all of you here cheering me on, it was so easy to get through it, so thank you so much.
とにかく、皆さんの応援があったからこそ、今日は全部のエレメンツを全部こなすことができました。ありがとうございます。
Well, Ilia, again, you did it again. Another personal best. Where are you going? またパーソナルベスト更新です。マリニンさん、一体どこに向かっているんでしょうか。
After this, I'm going to take some time to try my best to keep on working, keep on improving, and for the next competition to be better and better every time. Thank you.
今日は終わったので、次を目指して、さらなる向上を目指して、とにかくいいものを皆さんに見せるために努力を続けます。
Well, thank you very much. And for the last question, we have a lot of Japanese friends out here. We all love you. Can we have a message from you?
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of your support. It means so much to me coming here to Japan to perform in front of all of you. It's such an honor, and I really hope you enjoy my skating as well as everyone else here in Japan. Thank you.
日本の皆さんにまずお礼を申し上げたく思います。日頃からの応援に加えて、この日本で皆さんの前で演技ができることを非常に光栄に思っています。本当に皆さんのおかげです。ありがとうございます。
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations once again, winner of men's skating, Ilia Malinin.
名古屋ありがとうございます。
Well, Mark, how do you quickly wrap up what we just witnessed?
Well, Ilia this season just on fire. That's the second time he's broken the world record for a men's free skate. The short program not good, and thus he's still a little adrift of the total world record by Nathan Chen at the Grand Prix final 6 years ago. I don't think it will be long though before he takes that target down.
It was an incredible night, not only by Ilia Malinin. Shun Sato was also brilliant. Daniel Grassl of Italy.
Daniel was second on the free skate.
Yeah. It was really quite remarkable, and such an honor to be at ringside here to follow these skaters through their journey, and this is just the end of the first part of the season.
And interestingly, in the men's free skate, second and to fourth were separated by just over a point. The closeness of this event is also history and record breaking as we look at Shun Sato, who was just wondrous too. And as I mentioned before he took to the ice, he has his own agenda, and his own agenda is to make the Japanese Olympic team. And this skate here really couldn't have been much better for him as his coach celebrates.
Part of the show, that's for sure. And taking the silver medal, there he is, Yuma Kagiyama. He had to skate last, and he has a brilliant program. He is a brilliant skater. Just a couple small mistakes in this program this evening. But he has brighter days yet to come as he focuses on the Winter Olympic Games. Of course, he has the senior Japanese national championships coming up next week. He brings such joy in his performance.
But the night, and really men's figure skating currently belongs to the quad god. Quad axel alongside 6 other quad 7 quadruple clean jumps in a men's free skate. A new world record of 238.24 points. And what's amazing is that he's still already, as soon as he stepped off the ice, saying what he could do more of.
Yeah. Well, that concludes the coverage of the men's free program. Up next, the women's free program, and that will be quite an interesting battle amongst the Japanese women for the title here and for perhaps a spot on the Olympic team.
選手たちの衣装にも注目していってください。以上、アンバサダーがお届けしました。それではこの後も。
さあいよいよグランプリファイナル女子シングルフリースケーティング